We've all been there. You plan your fishing trip down to the last detail, but once you're out on the water, nothing goes as expected. That's exactly what happened to me on this last outing. In this video, I will show you how I adapted step by step so you can handle those curveballs like a pro. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Pat from Salt Strong, and my day started out right at daybreak, and the idea was to start with topwater first thing in the morning. When that bite died down, I was going to switch over to the paddle tail. Well, unfortunately, there was no topwater bite, so I rotated out to the paddle tail rather quickly. I fished about a mile of shoreline for about an hour with absolutely no results. That's when I knew that these fish were lethargic and I needed to make that change, so I started to go with a more finesse presentation. I switched over to the Flea Flicker, which is our slowly sinking lure, and worked that really slow, and I had immediate success as soon as I switched over. Oh, that was a nice snook there. I made a mistake whenever I tied that Flea Flicker on and I didn't check the hooks, and they were in pretty bad shape. So instead of replacing the hooks on that Flea Flicker, I went ahead and tied a new lure on there and went right back at it. There we go. Got us a snook on the Flea Flicker there. Flea Flicker's been doing pretty good. I switched over to it, and this is my third bite with it, and wind up getting him. There we go. Little guy. He was fun though. There we go. He grabbed it and I didn't even know it. I bet you I got him hooked pretty deep. That last snook I caught, he put on some acrobatics too. This one's staying a little bit subsurface, but it's still cool. This is why they call these fun size snook. There we go. Grab him by his head. Always net a fish head first if you can. There we go, little guy. They always clamp down on your thumb. If you ever knew that about snook, or never seen that about snook, they will clamp down on your thumb when you release them. But we're going to let him push off. There we go. And here's where I had to change again. This time the wind had picked up. I couldn't throw that light lure anymore, so I needed something that can cut through that wind but still be effective in this dirty water, and that's when I switched to a spoon. Ooh, that's a good one. That's got to be a nice redfish there. Man, he hit that like a ton of bricks right there on that windblown point. Yeah, that's got to be a redfish. Loosen that drag up a little bit now that we got it close to the boat. Yeah, nice fish. Nice fish. Oh, snook. Huh. Thought that was a red for sure. Ooh, I think the only problem is I got some 20-pound leader on this rod. I am not sure. I'll loosen up that drag some more. Get away from there. Get away. I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. Come here. No, 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 no. There we go. Another one. That might be another snook. It's strong, whatever it is. Now, I know I have a 30-pound leader on there, so I'm not too worried about it. Hopefully it is hooked up right. But that last snook I caught was right there at that point. This one was right here, so they're close together. If this is for sure a snook, which would be my guess. Still haven't gotten a good look at it. Going for a sleigh ride. One way to tire it out. No, it's red. Well, I'm telling you what. Come here, buddy. Another little snooky. Oh, there he goes. That's alright, I got the best out of him. So what started out as a tough morning actually ended up being a pretty good day with some good catches mixed in there. And the difference was I started changing what I was doing. I abandoned my original game plan. I was checking my surroundings, seeing what the water was telling me, doing those on the water observations and making my changes according to that. So my original plan was to go out there and throw topwater first thing in the morning and then switch to paddle tails. Well, as soon as I got there and I noticed there's no bait fish, there's really no feeding activity. I'm not seeing really any signs of life. So that topwater bite is not going to be happening. It's not going to be a good choice to throw the topwater all morning. So I did switch to that paddle tail rather quickly. But after fishing that for a long time and not getting any bites off of that and covering some ground, I then realized that these fish are just lethargic if they're there at all. So I needed to change up. That's when I went to that Flea Flicker, which is pretty much a finesse presentation that you fish slower, and immediately the fish started biting that lure. And that told me that the fish were there. They just wanted something a little bit different than what I was throwing. And all of that to say this: if you're going out there and you're picking out an area and you're fishing it, change up what you're doing. Now, change doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to catch something, but if you keep doing what you're doing without having success, then more than likely you're going to keep on not having success. Now, what you want to do is you want to match the situation. So in this instance, I wasn't seeing a whole lot of feeding activity, not really seeing much signs of life at all. So that clued me in. I'm going to have to do something that's a little bit more subtle. But if I was looking around and I was seeing bait and I was seeing fish chasing, or maybe birds diving, maybe even dolphin in the area, those are all signs of feeding, that there is some activity. But because it was a dead zone, it made me go in a different direction. Now, because I was fishing dirty water and there was wind later on in the morning, I had to pick my lures based off of that. So with dirty water, you're looking for flash, you're looking for vibration. One of the reasons why I was throwing a paddle tail, when I was going to make that change, I needed something that was going to work in that dirty water. So with that wind, a spoon is a great choice to cast in that wind, and it has both that flash and that vibration that I was after, and that wound up being the key. That was the ticket. That's what the fish wanted. Now, if that spoon didn't work, I would have gone even further. I would have gone to a spinnerbait, which has even more flash and even more vibration, to see if that works. So I'm still working within the parameters of what I have in front of me, meaning that I'm still dealing with that dirty water and I'm still dealing with that high wind. So I need something that has that flash and vibration. I'm just making it more intense as I go along. Now, if I was dealing with calm, clear water, I would have gone the opposite direction. I would have kept going down to smaller, more finesse lures, but this wasn't that situation. So I needed something that was going to have that flash and vibration so the fish can pick out that lure in all that dirty water. Now, truth be told, if I was in a boat, it's a good possibility I would have started up the big motor and gone and looked for more activity. But just because you change areas doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to have success. Now, I was in a kayak, so I decided I'm going to just tough it out and really work the area and figure out what I have in front of me. And that's when paying attention to what the water is telling you is really going to pay off. So next time you're out on the water, pay attention to what the fish and what the water is telling you, what the situation is telling you, and make your changes according to that. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over and hoping for the best, and don't just make changes willy-nilly. Think about what you need to do and what these fish are telling you and make changes according to that. Now, one thing that is true, it doesn't matter your lure selection. If you are fishing where there is no fish, you're not going to catch anything. If you're struggling on finding where the fish are in your area, we can help you with that. That's what we do at Salt Strong. We help you become a better angler, whether it's through using the software in our Smart Fishing Spots app, whether it's the helpful community that is 63,000 members strong at this point, or our educational videos. We can definitely help you out. And it doesn't matter if you're a beginning angler or an advanced angler, we can help you catch more fish. So make sure and check that out. Become an insider at Salt Strong, and it will change your fishing game. So hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully you learned something. If you have any comments, go ahead and put those down below. I would love to hear from you. As always, appreciate you watching. I hope your next trip out on the water is a great one. Bye.